iAdopt is returning just in time for the holidays, and joining me now from our local OSPCA SD&G Animal Center is Branch Manager Carol Link. Welcome back to the show, Carol.
Thank you, Gabe. Thanks for having us again this morning.
All right, so let's start and talk a little bit about iAdopt, a little bit of background on what exactly it is.
Well, iAdopt is a holiday rehoming mission that runs from now until the end of December, and it's sponsored by Pet Plan Insurance in North America. So obviously, as is our mission always, is to find homes for our pets. And during the holidays, as we've learned in the past, and probably more now with COVID, there's a lot of people that are at home. So it's a great time to add that furry addition.
All right, so obviously you mentioned this is a time when a lot of families are looking to adopt. So what are some tips that you might have for families that are looking for that forever pet?
Well, certainly, the first thing that they can do is go to the website. So Ontario SPCA.ca/adopt. They will see animals across the province that are available currently for adoption. They can do their Meet Your Match survey there as well, to determine sort of what pet may be best suited for their household. And then they can contact the center to set up an appointment for a virtual meet and greet. So that is new this year due to COVID. We want to make sure that we keep our public safe and our staff safe as well. So they'll book a virtual meet and greet. So we'll do a Zoom meeting where they can meet their potential new furry friend. And then we can go through any questions that they have at that time. And once that is completed, the adoption as well is done over the phone. We take the payment over the phone and again go through everything with them, and then we book a time for them to come and pick up their new furry friend.
Excellent, and it's important to note as well that it's a big decision to bring a new pet into the house, and it's not one to be taken lightly. Of course, we don't want to discourage anyone from adopting, but it's certainly something that takes a lot of thought and should not be taken too lightly. We don't want animals ending up homeless again, right?
No, absolutely not. And we are certainly always there for a resource. There's lots of resources on our website, and there's no question that, don't ever feel silly about asking a question. We are there. And if we don't know the answer to that question, we'll certainly look and try to find that information for you so that you're fully informed before you take your furry friend home, because we certainly we want the furry friend to be a good match, and we want you to have a good experience, and we want to hear the happy updates and the happy stories, because we certainly look forward to hearing those.
Absolutely, and of course another part about bringing a pet home is making sure that everything's ready. Kids, obviously there's an adjustment in terms of taking care of an animal. If there's other pets in the home, there's an adjustment in getting them familiar with each other. So do you have any tips for that if people are bringing pets home for the first time?
Well, certainly, and that's part of the process as well, as finding out again which animal might be best suited for your household. So if sometimes we do have a background on the animals that we have in the center. Sometimes we don't, so certainly introducing them slowly. Time, as you mentioned, there is an adjustment period, and it's different for every animal, so sometimes we're not going to be completely sure what that's going to look like when you get your pet home. But again, by checking out the resources online and asking those questions, we can work through those things and offer some suggestions on how to make that a seamless adjustment. We certainly send the animals home with something that has a familiar smell to them, while they've been at the center. Sometimes with cats, we may suggest introducing them through a room with a door where they can sort of sniff each other for a day or so it's not a traumatic kind of thing. Asking those questions whether or not your animal has been around other animals before. And if we have a history on the animal at the center, that we know that they've been okay with other animals, so we have a little better idea that might be a good match. And it doesn't mean that that we certainly wouldn't adopt just because your animal hasn't been around other animals, but just to let you know what you may expect when you get that home. So it's
excellent. And just finally, of course, we know that this is going to be a busy time at the shelter. So let's remind our viewers how they can help. Obviously, things are, again, a little different this year in terms of donations, but how can people help?
Certainly, we do have an Amazon wish list. So it's good to, check that out for items that we currently are urgently needing. Due to COVID, we're not, suggesting that people come out and sort of drop donations at the center, because again, we want to keep the public safe. But they can certainly contact us via our Facebook page or calling us, and we can certainly let them know if we do have urgent needs and if there's other ways that they can help us. Because we certainly can't do it without the public, that's for sure. I just did want to mention as well, Gabe, that we do have some food resources for people in the public as well if they're in need, just to, especially during the holiday seasons. So if that is something that people are in need of, they can certainly reach out as well.
That's an excellent resource to have in the community as well. We know that around the holidays, that's always an extra strain on families, but especially this year. So hopefully that if there is anybody in need, or if anyone knows anyone in need, they can be directed and reach out to you. On that note, Carol, thank you so much for joining me. And again, hats off to you and everybody at the shelter for the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Gabe. We really appreciate your support as well.
We now continue our series on Cornwall and Area's virtual job fair. Here are a few employers who are currently hiring.